we have been working with all the centers for many, many years. So we are confident that when your students arrive in New Zealand, we can help. For example, just now, the lady, Sarah, Mrs. Ang, she sent us a graduate diploma in teaching student. We help her student to find a center in 1 week. It's quite quick. And so don't worry about that.
Because I've been talking to one of the students over there.
Thank you. I'll email to you as well.
She has done her bachelor's of psychology, and she was dealing with special kids.
Yeah.
And then she was wondering what course that she should do. So your graduate diploma, is that a good course where she can get into being a teacher for special kids?
She can. In New Zealand, she can, because in New Zealand, they don't specify, whether it's special need child. They just work in the center, but sometimes they will meet the special need child, because in New Zealand, it's quite inclusive. So any special need child, they still play together with other children. So people don't feel they have been separated in New Zealand. And the student will have the opportunity to, work with those children who are special need child, in the center. And as I mentioned just now, each week they either practice 16 hours or they have to do 16 weeks of full-time field practice. When they study the 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 10th academic courses. So we have plenty of field experience and field practice. They have many work experience, hands-on work experience. So from the beginning, when your student arrive, we will help them find the childcare center close by their home.
That will be
Particularly from
non-paid.
Non-paid, voluntary
this
work.
Is for graduate diploma also, right? You'll help
Yes,
them.
we help them.
Okay.
And after some time, if a student perform really well, they can get the paid reliever or part-time job. Reliever job meaning other teachers are on sick leave or annual leave or maternity leave. Then
while they are studying, right?
Yes, then the student got experience and they can have paid. And then some of the students got the part-time job, so they get 20 hours per week.
So with this graduate diploma course being an online one, so what is the restriction of the hours that they have to work? Again, is the same 20 hours a week that they're allowed to work, or is there a restriction?
So for the immigration visa, they says during the program study, they only can work up to 20 hours per week.
For level 7, level 8.
For level 7, level 8, both. So which means students can get paid 20 hours per week in the center.
But now when they're doing these 16 hours or whatever they're doing a practical...
It can be paid, voluntary
can
or
be
paid.
But they can work even more number of hours if it is not paid, and they're doing it more for a practical reason.
They can, if they want to. But they need to study our program. So each week we suggest students to do 20 to 30 hours reading and attending the discussion on the NZTC online. NZTC online learning platform. They also have to complete assessments as mentioned by Dr. Sean Dolan. So students have to spend 20 to 30 hours per week for the program study.
Online study.
Yes, if they work too much, I think they don't have time to really study the
But they have a restriction
program.
of working 20 hours.
20 hours
Legally.
paid. Warren asked whether students on top of 20 hours paid, can they still work another 16 hours voluntary work?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. However, if 36 weeks student used to work, then she has less time to study. But we don't want students to feel struggle for the program study.
And you are going to start the level, the master's course very soon, possibly.
Yes.
And who are coming to level 7, level 8, their spouse will get the work right as well?
For the graduate diploma, currently they do have the spousal visa because it's program leads to the registration. So currently for our graduate diploma in teaching and the Bachelor of Teaching, from our experience, they brought their family. So the spousal is on the work visa and children's visa under the spouse.
Even for a graduate diploma level
Yes.
7?
Yes.
So both, because this
At
is
the
in
moment.
because this is a green list, that's why.
Correct.
Yeah.
Leads to the registration.
Okay.
Because the registered early childhood teacher position is in the green list.
That's why
So
they will get
currently, Bachelor of Teaching and the graduate diploma in teaching, they can help their spouse.
So what visa do they get? Post-study work visa for the person who's studying, doing graduate? Is it only 2 years?
No,
Spouses get
spousal
open
No,
work
not
visa.
that is spouse, but what about the person studying gets a 2 years post-study work visa, right?
After they finish the program, currently, yes,
Yeah.
For level 7, they get how many years?
2 years.
And for level 8?
Level 8,
Those who
You mean the
complete-
bachelor?
Yeah, the master.
the level 9 master. Level
Master
9
line is
master,
not
3
started yet.
years.
It's not started here, but
Yeah.
level 8, your program also.
Level 8 will not lead to the registration. So we don't suggest students to do it.
No, but bachelors of
Teaching.
teaching will lead to registration,
Yes.
right?
So it will be 3 years course.
Yes, for the high school graduate. Bachelor of Teaching are for the high school graduate. Graduate diploma in teaching are for the student who already completed the bachelor's degree.
Okay,
Something
so
else.
you
Or
mean,
above.
you mean who has completed 12 classes study, they can join bachelor of the level 7 course with the IELTS. Like those who have finished class 10, class 12, like NZTC, class 12, college, those who have finished their college, so they can join bachelor
They can join bachelor.
with the IELTS score of 7.
Yes, or PTE 65 each band,
65.
or language cert C1 35 each band.
Language cert,
Yeah,
I have no idea about this.
language cert actually is an online test, and even now they still can take the online test. So you can Google language cert, C1 expert test. Many students saying this type of test is easier
Comparatively.
compared to the PTE and
It's
IELTS.
accepted for
Teaching
countries
council
like
accept.
India and Bangladesh.
Yeah, possibly.
Teaching council accept language
Teaching council
cert.
for this particular course or for any other course? Possibly for this particular course.
For all the initial teacher education program, they
For this
accept.
particular, yeah.
For all the primary, secondary, ECE programs, as long as they are initial teacher education programs, they can follow the teaching council's rule to request language cert C1 expert test 35 in each band, or PTE 65 each band, or IELTS
So
7 each
I
band.
will recommend students not to go for level 8, but to go for level 7 because
Yes.
they will get 2 years open work right.
Correct.
But level 8, they don't get any open work right.
They do have, but I think at the moment, according to this current policy, they only have 1 year because it depends on the program study. The duration is only 1 year.
So they will get 1 year open.
1 year, but this program does not lead to the registration. So if
Okay.
students spend 28,000 New Zealand dollar, but after they finish, they don't
don't
become
get
a
the
registered teacher,
registration,
then their salary are not good enough. So student will complain, oh, you recommend me do this, I spend money, but the salary is quite low.
And what about the level 9? When you will start level 9, then it will be okay.
Level 9 is a good one because level 9, when they finish, they have 3 years post-study work
Yeah.
visa.
Like the universities are offering level 9
Correct.
education,
Correct.
masters of education. So
Correct.
this sort of program you're going to start hopefully very soon.
Yes.
Possibly.
Graduate diploma, next year, graduate diploma, we can start from 6th of January and every Monday onwards. So 6th of January is a Monday. Every Monday until the 10th of November, we allow students to start.
That is fantastic, but
Yeah.
we have a procedural delay because the students need to apply for the visa and all
Visa.
this stuff. So
Correct.
they need at least 3 to 4 months time.
Correct.
Before the starting.
Correct.
So we
So
hope
this-
something is going to
this
happen. We
year-
need to know a bit earlier.
Yeah. Once we know, we will let agent know, our partner. We
Yeah.
will announce, and then you can start to apply online in Roller Portal. It's very convenient. You can submit application, upload all the documents. Then our admissions team organize interview. After that, they issue the offer letter.
I just need to ask one question about the interview issue. The interview will be one-to-one or the agent will be present? Some people are nervous, the students from the overseas.
So for per session, one slot, one lecture interview 3 students at the same time. So lecture ask questions. one student just answer their own question,
Okay.
they provide the answer, and the lecturer will record. At the end of the interview, our lecturer write the report
Okay.
and upload to the
and
system.
that is a compulsory before getting the offer of enrollment.
It's compulsory.
Do they need to pay anything for that?
No, it's free of charge. We organize on the Microsoft Teams
Okay.
online.
Okay.
So as just now, James Ward mentioned to that lady, she has 2 children, the agent. So she concerned how you choose a student. Yeah, we choose a student by doing the interview. Our lecturer are fully registered teachers, so they will interview student one by one. Yeah, and at the entry level, of course, we check their qualification, their English, their criminal record, and also their health. They have to declare whether they have any health problem or they have any criminal record.
So that is fantastic. Criminal record means you need police clearance and the other stuff. I didn't understand one thing about the vet police thing. What is that thing?
So for the New Zealand police vet, students just fill in one-page form. It's called consent to disclose information. It's very easy. Just put the student name, date of birth, and the place of birth, and their home address, sign and date. So student consent our college to contact New Zealand Police Department to do the police vetting report. The report will come out within 20 working days.
Okay.
So when student is offshore, we can do it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can't do it because we are getting our own police clearance.
Correct. So when your student arrive here, we have already had the police vetting report.
So after arriving, after
Yes.
getting the visa.
Yeah.
So
We give them the police vetting report, help them to find the center.
Okay.
Yeah. But during the application, we still collect the overseas police record as well. For the past 10 years, if student lived in any country for 1 year or longer, they have to provide the criminal record.
Okay.
Yeah, past 10 years.
As long as they're living in the home country, you don't need it. But before the application, visa application, they have a requirement for the immigration New Zealand. They ask for police clearance certificate, which is not less than 6 months.
Yeah, you are right.
So
Same
we-
for us. So we have teaching council require us to collect the police vetting report from overseas, which is valid in 6 months, but for the past 10 years. Yeah.
You are also checking the health of the
Yeah.
child. Now, about the health of the person.
Yes.
Now, there's a potential student from Qatar. She had cancer some years ago, which is cured now. And through that, I think, I don't know what's the test called. It show her body's, the full test show that she's not got cancer anymore in her system. But she's around like 45 or something,
Yeah.
or 47 years old. Do you think a person like that, and she's very fond of children, and do you think a person like that can be enrolled in your program of graduate diploma? She's done a bachelor's of something before commerce or something.
So the question, yeah, thank you for this question. So during the application, there is a question, students have to answer this question honestly. This question is about, do you have any permanent physical or mental health issue? So student can decide and answer. And then another question is, do you have to take the permanent medications? So if she's still taking some medications for that cancer problem, she needs to declare. The reason is when she comes here, as an international student, the cost is quite expensive to purchase the medications. Insurance company cannot cover any pre-existing health issue. So she has to declare that. And when the immigration process the visa, once again, sometimes students do not declare, but immigration still ask them to provide and ask them to do the health check. So immigration sometimes found out they have the health issue. They will put in the visa. In the next 6 months, you need to do another test and provide the medical certificate to prove you are eligible to study the program. So, by the way, during this application, we will check. So she needs to declare whether she used any medications.
No, suppose she declares and she says
Yeah.
she's doing even consuming, she's
Yeah.
undergoing some medication.
Yeah, then our pastoral support lecturer, they will contact student directly and ask her to provide the doctor's certificate and also the prescription. And they will check to decide. So sometimes this kind of case will go through to the program board for decision making. Sometimes students have the driving problem, drink driving or speed driving. They didn't declare, but then the college found out. For this kind of case, same. it goes through to the program board for decision making. So I can't decide whether we guarantee or we can enroll your student, but our college will conduct all these process. And if they believe no problem, they will give the offer letter and your student can apply. But giving the offer does not mean immigration will give her the visa,
Right.
because immigration will still check
They
the
will-
house
they will
and
do their own
everything,
verify.
all the check. So, yeah.
But
So
from your experience, cancer patients have got visas before?
before we did have a student from Africa. She had the cancer issue, and the medication that she took was very expensive. And if she comes here, she couldn't claim. And then she consulted a doctor here, from online to check how much the cost. And she found out, she couldn't afford.
But this family can afford because money is not an issue. So, but the question is, she wants to move from Qatar and to come into New Zealand. So expenses of the medication is not an issue. She will take care of that.
Yeah. So then, of course, her case goes through from the pastoral support team to the program board, and if they don't have any concern, they will indicate admission team to move forward. Yeah.
And the last will be the immigration. They
Yes.
will give a hard time.
Correct. The final thing is with immigration. Sometimes immigration found out not only like some cancer thing, hepatitis B or some other issue.
Yeah.
Then they will put underneath the visa, we had some concern or this and that. Yeah. So immigration will also control. I know. I saw those type of
Hardest
visa.
part, yeah.
Hardest part. So of course, our college have to be careful whether the health issue will impact the student and the children in the center, because they work with children all the time. So we don't want the student to feel really stressed and pass on this feeling to the young children, and impact the children in the New Zealand centers. That's the main purpose. We want them to feel happy and no issues, and they work well
Quite
with
logical.
with the families. Yeah.